loading up the hearse, throw it in reverse. I come from the church of the Marvel Universe. Bodies getting stuffed in the bags.
Well, howdy ho.
Expecting a Christmas poo?
It's a Christmas episode.
Not really.
Sure it is. It's coming out on Christmas Eve. So, almost.
Are you excited for Christmas?
Yeah, it's alright. Anyway, this is the Cryptcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Brian.
And we are coming to you from the Comic Crypt in Eatontown, New Jersey, getting ready for Christmas Eve.
No one's getting ready. We're here. If we were getting ready, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Before we start, we have a question from Jack. Hi, Mike. Not sure if you and Brian have touched upon this question or not, but how would you recommend people begin to dive into the history of certain franchises within comics? Do you recommend starting at issue 1 and working your way up, or start at certain arcs to piece together the timeline of a character/franchise? For example, I have been wanting to dive more into X-Men to understand characters like Mr. Sinister, Apocalypse, and Exodus to get more than just a surface-level understanding. Appreciate any insight you and Brian can provide. So, you want to get into comics, where do you start?
I mean, that's not exactly what he's asking. If you want to get into comics, where do you start?
If you want to get into a specific comic,
area.
If you want to get into a team or a character.
Well, in this wonderful world of modern technology, I would say Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. I would say wiki, the character or area, time period, franchise, whatever specifically you are looking to get into, and find out when their first appearances or pivotal story arcs or stuff like that, because you can read that, information about a character online and then go find out what issues you could do. Mr. Sinister is a good example. This is his first appearances on Uncanny X-Men 221, I think. And he shows up on the back page with his shark teeth, and then you don't see him again until Inferno. So, it doesn't necessarily work like that, but occasionally your character's first appearance don't mean shit.
Right.
And he doesn't exactly show up in the next however many issues, waits till he shows back up again. Specific things, it helps to cheat and go online and get some direction, or come in and talk to us and get some direction. If you have shop full of useful people that know the areas that you want to know about, Mrs. Sinister, again, will come in as a good example. It was like 1992. I don't remember what issue, where he approaches Scott, and he's like, "Oh, if I can't get a DNA sample from you, perhaps I'll approach your brothers." And Scott's like, "Brothers?" And he's like, "Oh, did I say brothers? I meant brother." Or, "Oh, of course, just Alex." And at that time, they were flirting with making that terrible character Adam X, the third Summers brother. But I guess somebody thankfully realized that Adam X was a terrible character, and they let that shit die, and it didn't happen. And, that's like 1992. And whatever year Deadly Genesis came out, Deadly Genesis was like 2012?
Somewhere thereabouts.
So from 1992 to 2012, there was this lingering question of, will there ever be a third Summers brother? And then finally we got Gabriel, who goes by Vulcan. So I think we have the convenience now of just going, hey, Wicca.
I mean, I do agree that Wikipedia tends to be a good sort, like the character bios and stuff in there will give you a good amount of information if you wanted to go that route. But as a starting point, yeah, absolutely. My general thing, if someone comes in and is like, hey, I'm looking to get into this character, well, if it's a character that can support a series or it's a team, I'd be like, pick up whatever the modern thing is, try it out, see if you like it, or I'll recommend whatever, a good story is.
Sure. I mean, if you're dealing with Spider-Man, there's 8,000 good Spider-Man stories, and you could be like, start anything that's good. Any graphic novel that's a contained arc, you'll get a good vibe of who the character is, and I can give you a good recommendation. He gave 3 specific characters, Sinister, Apocalypse, and Exodus. Apocalypse has more information on him than any of the 3, and at best is still vague.
Sure. Because it's constantly shifting. Exodus, I have no idea even where you start with that.
Right.
Seriously.
Right.
He's just kind of there sometimes.
That's what I'm saying, though.
With the more obscure characters, go do a wiki search. Lots of places have appearance lists. You can go look that stuff up. As far as transferring that into books, you're gonna have to do some legwork. Hopefully, your comic book guy is knowledgeable enough to like know those story arcs. A lot of the time, I'm not because I'm really bad at maintaining that shit. But a little bit of legwork to find out where those things are, and hopefully a little bit of guidance will get you there.
Yeah, your shops can do what they can do. Mm-hmm. What happens if you got a guy behind the counter who's not particularly into X-Men?
Sure.
Which, admittedly, me and you are two hardcore X guys, and basically, all the time, we're like, hey, it's a lot of shit to know, and we've sacrificed knowing other stuff by being all in on X.
Sure.
When if you had to guess a character like Exodus's first appearance, where would you guess? What time period would you put that at?
I'd say he's probably a mid to late 80s guy or a late 2000s.
He is an early 90s character.
Okay.
X Factor 92, 1993.
Okay.
I wouldn't have thought he would showed up in X Factor, but a lot of that Four Horsemen stuff, what they did with Archangel, a lot of Apocalypse stuff happened in X Factor. Mm-hmm. Early X Factor is, that's Apocalypse's first appearance, right? X Factor 4 and 5.
I don't remember the numbers.
Or 5 and 6.
I know the covers. I don't know the numbers.
Sure. I'm just saying, it doesn't necessarily all take place where you think either. It's not 60s X-Men.
For X-Men, for something
70s X-Men.
For something like X-Men specifically, there is so much. There's so much. It's not like Spider-Man where there's a title. Or at max 3 titles you have to worry about. X-Men's you got a lot of shit to worry about.
And I think the X-Men have the longevity of multiple titles, whereas there are time periods where Spider-Man had Spectacular, Web of, Amazing, and Regular. In the early 90s when I first started reading, I was reading 4 different Spider-Man titles. I had 4 different Spider-Man titles.
Yeah.
And they try, but Amazing is the one.
Yeah, it's the one, yeah. I will say, I don't think starting from 1 and going forward is the good strategy almost ever. I'm not saying never do it, but typically don't. Because you're giving yourself too much work, you're going to get overwhelmed, and you're going to give up.
I never would have gone back and read X-Men #1 in reprints if I didn't develop a love for the modern comics that I was reading.
Yeah.
So I think it's also maybe good advice to start where you are.
That's what I'm saying.
In your at your current climate.
Yes.
And if you can develop a love for what's there. Mm-hmm. And accessible and continuously coming out at the moment, then that's good because there's always something to eat. There's always something coming out. Every month you're getting something new. But if you can find something that promotes you going backwards, I jumped in right before X-Men #1 in the 90s, the Jim Lee X-Men #1, and I had gone into a couple of shops and I hadn't had a subscription pull or anything like that, and I was just kind of tasting all the flavors of ice cream, picking up this, picking up that. And, the buzz around the shops and my friends in school is that Jim Lee was the god of gods, and he's doing X-Men #1, and that's when I decided it was time to go to a shop and get a subscription list because I didn't want to miss stuff.
Sure.
And I started moving forward with that. If I had known then what I know now, I would have immediately started going backwards.
Sure.
Sure.
But I agree.
But that love had to be there first.
Yes, you work with what you have currently, and then move backwards, looking for story arcs that are going to cover that character. Because you're going to spot hit. Because guess what? Majority of comics end up being garbage.
Yeah.
You want to curate what you're reading, because you just want to read the good stuff. Because most of the stuff ends up being inconsequential after a few years. So, go back and hit what matters to what you're reading now. Don't read the whole thing because, like I said, it's a lot. I mean, you can. I'll give more power to you if you can sit and go read something from start to finish, especially shit that started in the Silver Age or further.
All right.
Good for you.
Right.
I cannot do that.
And then it's also depending upon where's your focal point, because if you're doing a cast of characters like X-Men, you have to figure out what characters you like. Mm-hmm. When I quickly realized that I like Cyclops, I went, shit, there's not a lot of good Cyclops shit out there to read. Where do I go from here?
Yeah. It just comes down to making it easy for yourself, right? You don't want to overwhelm yourself because there's a lot of shit. It's a big workload.
Yeah.
Try to slim down and find what those seminal things for that character are going to be. And unfortunately, that takes a lot of work on your end.
Yeah.
It's not an easy answer. Hopefully that answers your question, Jack. We're rambly as usual.
Yeah, as always. And never be bashful about asking us either.
Yeah, yeah.
We can ramble in person.
On to books. Past 2 weeks, not a whole lot.
No, not a whole
End
lot.
of the year, holiday season, they take down the book count a little bit. There's not a whole lot of new titles starting right now, so...
Well, the thing is, like, we try to come at you with, like, number ones. This way, when you come in the shop tomorrow, you can check out the number one story arcs that are particularly resonating, that we like to keep, keeping tabs on, and, has it faltered, has it maintained. This week has been a lot of just the standards. Not a lot of number ones, not a lot of new starting points, but like a lot of we're into like round 3 of the X.
It's that time of year, though.
And,
it's everything kind of dips now, and it's going to start picking up in a month or two.
I'm just saying, there's not a lack of books, but there's a lack of interesting stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
I don't want to sit here and browbeat Age of Revelation and stuff like that.
We'll go over that when it wraps.
Right.
Right.
Give our final thoughts.
So with that preface, from last week, talking about wraps, Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, number 5 by W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo. End of the series. It ends fucking weird, just like the whole thing was weird.
Has been.
Oh my god! But like not in a bad way,
No.
in an entertaining way.
I'm not reading it. Not the biggest Superman fan, but I like Art Brut. Ice Cream Man's good. Mm-hmm. The buzz around the store is that it is incredibly well liked.
It's just such a weird take on Superman,
but fun,
and it's refreshing in a way because you're playing with stuff where it's just like, what?
Yeah.
Superman creates a new imp, like a Batmite.
Okay.
He creates a new version, a Superman mite. I forget.
A new Mixoplex.
Yeah. Creates one of those in one of the issues, and he comes back and saves the day later because Lex creates a Kryptonite man made of his DNA and all the Kryptonite stuff. So he's got all the Kryptonites in him, and he's beating up Superman. And they use imp logic to blow him up because he is Krypton and Krypton has exploded. Shit like that.
That's fun.
But Superman gets infected by all the Kryptonite overload.
From the things that
Crazy.
I've heard about this series, from my takeaway is that it reminds me of like an old 60s
Absolutely,
Superman book,
yes.
where he'd have like the lion head or the ant head because of some weird kryptonite.
It fits
or whatever.
right in there, but weirder.
Sure.
It made me laugh. I've never had a Superman book make me laugh. The book ends with Superman as a baby.
Okay.
He gets infected with a thing that is technically like a pediatric virus, but he's so weak he can't deal with it. You know how something like chickenpox, where it's like it's okay for kids to have, but if adults get it, it's super dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like one of those. So they de-age him with one of the kryptonites, and he is a baby.
It's an interesting place to end.
And Lois is like taking care of him. And they fucking telegraph it earlier because they're talking about like she's getting older, and she needs to have a family, and Superman's not providing, and talk about having a kid, and Superman's like, any kid would be the luckiest kid in the world to have you as a mom, and he ends up having her.
Are they not married in this story?
No.
Okay,
No.
Because they're way creepy. Good.
Yeah. It's just weird, and a bunch of other stuff. Like Batman shows up with a bunch of Superman's robots to go fight an army of robot bizarros that Lex made. Like crazy stuff. Crazy shit.
Well, as long as it's fun.
It was fun. It was a fun read. When it comes out in trade, definitely check it out if you're into the weirdo shit.
Issue 7 of Assorted Crisis Events.
Oh, okay.
And man, this book does not get any better or any happier.
That's
just depressing issue after depressing issue after depressing issue.
Anthology stuff, man.
Yeah. This guy Tom just keeps finding dead versions of himself everywhere. So Assorted Crisis Events is dealing with time displacement. Like, time is broken in these books, and it affects all these characters differently. With Tom, dead versions of himself just keep popping up everywhere.
Are these like future versions of him?
No, they're just other versions of him. Like alternate timelines, I guess, or
okay.
Because it's not like a younger him or an older him, or it's just him.
Is it like this one was burned or this one was shot? Or
Oh yeah, they've died in multiple different ways.
All right.
And he wakes up in bed next to one, And he's like, oh, this has happened before. He's like, I don't get scared or angry anymore. He's like, actually, the more often it happens, the longer I just sit here and stare at myself. It's just like, goddamn. Like,
That's one way to be, confront your mortality.
yeah, he's very melancholy about the whole thing because he has to deal with hiding the bodies. He has the body that shows up in his bed in the beginning of the issue is Tom number 119.
Oh, he's keeping count. That's nice.
He has dealt with 118 versions of himself just showing up dead.
Mm-hmm.
The first time he bought a coffin and a plot and had a funeral.
That's expensive.
He said it was very weird because it was just him and the priest giving the ceremony. And he immediately went, well, I can't do that again. I can't afford to keep doing that again. And he goes about disposing of the bodies, and his one thing that makes life all worthwhile is that he stops at this ice cream parlor that has truly weird flavors of ice cream. Like I think he was getting a salmon something.
Okay.
And then a dead Tom showed up in the cooler in front of a little girl, and she has this meltdown, and the shop owner is like, Tom, I can't have you come here anymore, man. This is just not okay.
Sure.
And that's the thing is this time displacement thing is something that's affecting the world. So they all know that this is not Tom's fault. Mm-hmm. That it's just affecting some people and not affecting others. So everyone's giving him an ounce of grace to yeah, man, this sucks, but you're gonna have to find some way to deal with this.
Sure.
His neighbor is mad at him because a dead version of Tom showed up in his wife's knitting room, mm-hmm. and ever since then his wife has been spending most of the year at her sister's house in Florida. It never mentions where they live, but I'm assuming it's far away. Mm-hmm. His neighbor's just constantly annoyed, not aggressive, but just fuck you, Tom. And Tom's dragging a body out to his car, stuffing it in the car, and the neighbor's out there watering the lawn. And fucking Tom, another dead body.
Sounds very entertaining.
It's entertaining, but man,
yeah, to see a dude be ugh.
He's if I was getting Eeyore vibes.
Okay, sure.
Sure. The living embodiment of Eeyore was just oh man, mm-hmm. Completely down on your luck. The series has been taxing.
Have you ever seen Muppet Treasure Island?
No.
Tim Curry as Long John Silver?
No.
Gonzo and Rizzo go, and they're the kid's friend.
I know it exists.
Okay.
I know of it.
They do a roll call on the boat, and they're going through all the pirates, and they're pretending to be sailors instead of pirates. And then there's a Tom. There's an old Tom. I think there's a really old Tom, and there's a dead Tom. So when you said dead Tom, I immediately went to Muppet Treasure Island.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. I have my favorite book for the past 2 weeks. I will get to.
Okay.
I will get to it. But I read Black Panther Intergalactic #1 by
Planetary. Sorry.
Victor Laval and Stefano Nessi. I don't read Black Panther a lot, and this just reinforces why.
Yeah.
It was just such a bleh book. They set up a mystery where Black Panther goes to bury a guy who died tangentially because of him, and to show him respect, he buries him.
Okay.
But this guy was a scientist who was working on AI stuff, and Black Panther ends up essentially in Westworld. You familiar with what Westworld is?
No.
Westworld is
TV show, right?
Yeah, it was also an old movie, but basically all it is Westworld is you get to pay to go into a simulation, not a plug into the Matrix simulation, but you physically go into an area and there are robots who are AI who think they're people, and they're just running simulations in this Western world.
Like a holodeck?
Kinda, but they're physical things.
Okay, animatronic,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're walking around dealing with robots. Oh. He ends up in a Westworld type of situation where he fights a biomechanical Zabu and Kazar.
Oh.
Like, he doesn't know where he is. Like, he woke up in this place, and he's like, this is fucking weird, I can't communicate, whatever. So Shuri's trying to find him, and he's dealing with figuring out where he is. And it's just kind of,
Well, I don't like Black Panther in space. That shit bothers me. Mm-hmm. Like, I like him much better as a ground level kind of guy.
Well, he's in just like a pretend jungle with a bunch of weird shit in it, so.
Like, I like Black Panther, but I tend to like him with other things. Like, I don't necessarily like him in solo books. Like, there are time periods where he's been great. Like, I've loved Doom War, and I loved when him and Storm were a couple and they were in the Fantastic Four with Johnny and Ben. There's been a lot of time periods where I've really enjoyed reading T'Challa, and Shuri too, because when Shuri took over, she was ruthless, but it's gotta, I think it's really got to resonate with like what's going on in the rest of the universe and stuff, and having him involved with Imperial just didn't feel good.
Yeah, it's weird. But the Wakandan Galactic Empire is kind of like, this just feels super forced. I don't know why this is here.
Right.
I think they just want like Earth to have a stake in it somehow.
Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's technically a 3-part story, because you have Black Panther, you have stuck where he's at, you have Shuri trying to find him, because they're like, our fucking king's gone. Like, we need like, what's going on? It's a bad look, and people are like, we need to go on. And then the third part of the story is M'Baku. So during Imperial, he gets betrayed by like a close confidant who was a Skrull, and now he's got like super trust issues because he almost died.
Is it Baku in space too?
M'Baku's in space, yeah. He's part of the Wakandan stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. He's good now. He's not a bad guy.
No, yeah.
So because he almost died because of a Skrull betrayal, he's kind of like super paranoid. And Shuri kind of like gives him kind of this thing is, hey man, like you can't be like this. You have to be there for like our people, leadership, blah blah blah. Like, not everyone is going to be a Skrull. You're going to be okay. Like, we're one of the best, yada yada yada. And he goes like, you know what? You're right. Our people do need us. So he goes to the throne room to try to like figure out what he needs to do for like leadership stuff, and he finds T'Challa there, and he knows it can't be him. So immediately the dude who's like gets talked through his paranoia gets immediately proven right, and no one is there to kind of like back him up.
So now he's the guy that's like, look.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
So there's interesting stuff there. It's just like it didn't do it for me at all. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like there's interesting stuff there, but again, like,
I'll give it another issue or two, but like I'm not looking forward to it.
Context too, like when the two of us like read as much as we do, or it's like, all right, if you're gonna fall away, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like when stuff doesn't work out, there was an issue too with something on the table that I read issue 1 of, and I was just like, not gonna read you again. Was it boss fight?
Final boss.
Final boss. Tyler Kirkman's book.
Yeah, that was that was a big whiff for me.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't even need to look inside you.
Yeah.
And just keep on moving.
It's like I feel like I got punished for reading that book. I was like, oh wow, this is so fucking dialogue heavy and bouncing back and forth between histories.
Another number 2 that didn't do it for me, Alien vs. Captain America 2 by Frank Thierry and Stefano Raffaelli. I liked the first issue. Second issue, just nope.
I'm not down with all of this chocolate and my peanut butter. I don't. Just keep it separated, please.
That's my stance always, right? The crossover stuff.
Yeah.
But that first one was really cool, and they just dropped the ball. They really do. They kill the entire Howling Commandos except Nick Fury, and then the Kree come down and save the day. Like Marvel and a bunch of Kree are there.
Yeah, you're not saying anything
Nope.
making me want to read a
There's
book.
nothing. Like, you're not getting any kind of like cool character stuff going on. It's just bad movie.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame.
The book I like that I've read past 2 weeks best is Wrestle Heist #1
Really?
by Kyle Starks.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he did the script and art. It's great.
That looked awful.
It's wonderful.
Just looking at it, I didn't want to read it.
I like his art. It's super cartoony.
Yes. He's done cartoons?
Has he done cartoons?
Yeah, because it looks like it's out of a Stevens universe or a...
I have no idea. This is about wrestling. Hence Wrestle Heist. You have a main character who is about to switch like federations. He's going to like another outfit. He's leaving, and he's like he's a permanent heel, but he's the guy who kind of lifts up faces, and he's really good at what he does. Like, everyone loves him backstage. He's all about it. Like, he coaches people through their matches. Like, you see a match happen, and they're like, all right, now you gotta do this. If you do that, it's cool, and just don't hit me too hard. Like, he's great at what he does. It's awesome. But the guy who owns it, like the McMahon, basically, he has the big Brock Lesnar type. The big muscly, kind of angry, not super smart kind of thing. He has that dude in this guy's last match actually fight him for revenge. Like, you're leaving me.
He's mad he's leaving. Yeah.
You think you're gonna fuck me over and take away money and just go somewhere else? No, absolutely not.
So it's like real life wrestling.
He has his neck broken. Actually breaks his neck and destroys his career. So then he goes on the con circuit to talk to some older wrestlers who have beef with the McMahon guy, and all right, cool. You want to fuck over this dude? Let's go rob him. And there's the biggest thing of the year is Fightsgiving, so it takes place on Thanksgiving, and they're gonna rob Fightsgiving. So
like to rob the box office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have all this built-in lore about all these different wrestlers. The back of the book is like a wrestling magazine, so you get more lore and stuff. It's super cool. Yeah, I think it was great. And I'm not even a huge wrestling guy.
No, me either.
I haven't been a wrestling guy since I was about 9 or 10.
Yeah, at one point I watched more than I'd care to admit, but no, not anymore.
Attitude Era, baby. That's where I was at.
Yeah, that was the thing when I was watching, I think.
It had to be.
Yeah.
Because you got about 10 years on me, so you were late teens.
I saw there was a wrestling something that happened recently, and the Undertaker was back
again.
Yeah, but he was back as the American Badass again, and it was like, why would you ever do that again? Why? You didn't learn the first time?
How is he still up and moving?
I don't know.
He's very old, is he not?
He's very, very old. But it was I remember how disappointed everyone was the first time he was the American Badass. And you're going to do that again? Tell me you're not still coming out to Kid Rock. Ugh. Ugh.
But I will say, Wrestle Heist, if you've got the extra time and the $4, read it. It's a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah. You got anything else?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything from this week?
This week, Will of Doom.
Me too. Chip Zdarsky and Cafu.
Cafu sounds like a god from from Samurai Jack.
What'd you think?
I was a little disappointed.
I was slightly underwhelmed.
Only because I really wanted Valeria to keep fucking Latveria. I thought it would have been an interesting twist to have a 10-year-old girl
it would be cool.
Latveria.
Yeah, that's so.
Could you picture her just putting on a fucking Doom mask at some point, and
right?
just driving her parents nuts?
Well, she's a good person though.
Yeah,
but she's already doing underhanded stuff.
She's too good of a person because she gives Uncle Doom this out every time. I mean, how many times has Doom fucked up and she's just been but it's Uncle Doom, you know? And it's I don't know what happened that he became her godfather. I don't know what the
exchange was.
What the exchange was.
Because Reed still has respect for Doom.
Yeah, but that wasn't it. There was something over his head.
It might have been.
There was, because I think Doom names her.
I don't know.
I think that's why her name is Valeria.
Okay.
I believe there was something hanging over the Richards' head that allowed him this gravitas to do that. Because otherwise, why would you take this most nefarious guy and make him responsible for looking after your child?
I don't know. It's their relationship is so weird. Reed and Doom's.
That's a good question for Tim. Tim, that's a you question. I want to know how Doom got that privilege.
Right.
Because it's such an interesting setup within their mythos that they have this close connection. Franklin doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Franklin's whatever.
Sure.
But Valeria, he's the best.
Mm-hmm. But she gets left everything, and she's I don't want it.
Yeah.
And everyone's we got to see what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And she's I don't want it. Like, I'm going to give everything up. I'm going to start a foundation for, people you've hurt, and I'm going to donate everything. Like, she gives up everything. The only thing she keeps is a secret island that he did experiments on.
Yeah. Like, she keeps the island.
And because, like, in case he ever comes back, she's like, well, you can come and relax here and maybe kind of, like, rethink of, like, who you are and what you need to do.
But what happens to Latveria?
She's not taking the throne.
Right.
So I don't know. And that's up in the air because we're dealing with, like, political stuff with Thunderbolt Ross, too, and what America's going to do with Latveria.
Yeah, because during One World Under Doom, he planted an American flag there.
Yeah, because, well, he escaped because he was stuck in the dungeons or whatever. But, like, yeah, there's other stuff going on. Yeah. But the focal point is Valeria. There's stuff with Doombots where a bunch of Doombots try to take over, like, all the governments after the fact. It's kind of like a failsafe almost.
Yeah, I like the aesthetic on those.
I do too, with the weird closed visor kind of look. Yeah. And she figures out how to stop him because she's
like,
smart.
I own them.
And you also have this arc of, like, Reed and Sue, like, realizing that, like, you're a member of the team too. You're not just a kid. Like, you're valuable. You have something to bring to the table. We have to kind of treat you as a teammate, not just a child. Which is cool because you kind of like, all right, grow up a little bit.
It's interesting that they're doing that with her, and she doesn't have any powers. All she has is a super intellect, and that's
goes a long way.
Well, it does go a long way, especially for her. Like, in the context of her, but like, she is just a smart girl.
Yeah.
Whereas Franklin, when he had powers, was like a god.
Yeah, that's harder to do though. It's harder to deal with. It's easier to ignore and just kind of trot it out every once in a while.
Which is why I understand why they got rid of it. I don't like that they walked back him not being a mutant.
We could always reverse that in the future too.
Yeah, we need to reverse all the reversals of people being mutants. We need to reverse Pietro and Wanda and Franklin and give us our damn mutants back.
The book ends with her building a secret army of Doombots, but they're Doombots with white cloaks and Fantastic Four logos.
Right.
So they're hers. And I don't know how many people actually know about it.
Probably Franklin.
Maybe. Yeah.
But this is going to be good intentions gone wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this could be her road down to being a Doom-like character.
Oh my God, it would be so
she
wonderful.
thinks / knows she's doing the right thing, but no one else believes her.
I wanna see her get the speculated Doom treatment where she gets like a scar on her cheek, and it's the tiniest little scar, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm wearing a mask." But one shot or mini.
I think it's a one-shot, because that had the little closeout thing.
Right.
I don't recall ordering more, but
okay.
I don't know. I know Dungeons of Doom is a thing.
That's why it's all right. Cool.
I think
that's what's coming up.
Yeah, because they have to go and like raid shit out of Latveria.
Yeah, because I know it's over.
I mean, she almost gets shot, which is crazy. A bullet like goes through her hair where they're in Latveria, and that's when like freaks out. It would be, she could have got that scar there, like grazed the cheek. Yeah, right?
Right. It'll be something, really dramatic where like she's going off to do something and she's going to get the scar by Sue trying to stop her.
Maybe.
That's what.
Yeah, it could be the turn. Yeah, the split happens there. And you get Franklin in the middle. Yeah, it'd be interesting. You do a lot of cool stuff. And
then you have Reed be like, Sue, if you weren't so emotional, and blah, blah, blah. And you have Sue beat the shit out of Reed.
just take a bubble and just squish him down until like a softball. Yeah, shut up, you go over there now.
Yeah, she keeps him softball size for like a week. That's fun.
Other than that, I think that is a big one this week. And then the other big one would be Absolute Wonder Woman 15. By Kelly Thompson and Hayden Sherman. Wonder Woman and Absolute Wonder Woman.
Absolute Wonder Woman
and Absolute Batman meet for the first time.
What a horrific pair of characters.
How?
So, they interact so smoothly.
She's so upbeat. I love it.
Yeah.
She's got such a good vibe and a good attitude, and Batman.
And he's by no means Batman. Like, he is not our Bruce Wayne.
No, he doesn't push back against her as much.
Right.
He's much willing to buy into her bullshit.
Yes, he's very susceptible. He's very like,
and that just might be the writer, because it's a Wonder Woman thing, kind of carrying the vibe forward.
But in the comparison, in that issue, where you have Bruce just going, okay, I'll follow you on this mission. We're going to go do the thing and investigate. Okay, good, And then like, oh my God, you took your arm off. It's a fake arm? You have a stump? What the fuck? Like Wonder Woman, who again, upbeat, but has been through some shit, has lost an arm. Mm-hmm. She is...
Well, she sacrificed that herself.
I know she sacrificed herself. But, you look at her standing there, the imagery of her with just like this nub coming off her shoulder. Mm-hmm. And like, yep, that shit happens and this is the reality. Like, I grew up in hell. And just Bruce like, I'm not ready for this. This is all.
They have this back and forth, and he takes it in stride. Because, she's trying to explain magic to him and all this other stuff. And
that was fun, too, because she's like, oh, it's like science, but more...
With extra, yeah.
With extra, yeah.
And, is explaining, like, well, not technically hell, it's more like the underworld. Like, there was a fun back and forth. He's much more willing to kind of go with the bullshit than, like, a standard Batman would be. And, again, everything she does is, like, such good intention, because she gets taken over by like people casting a spell, and it was a trap to take out both Wonder Woman and Batman at the same time. And like while she's turning, she's like, you know what, I should probably give him the best chance. Let me delete my arm so it's harder, kind of thing. And there was a MacGuffin that was given to Batman earlier on by her that solved the problem. So they kind of like, oh, we're friends now.
Yeah.
And she goes, you know what, we should probably go make friends with other people,
Yeah, we should probably go talk to the Superman guy and the others. And he's like, what others? Mm-hmm. And it's like,
she knew who he was.
It's like, clearly you're not the world's greatest detective.
Well, he also knows that she knew who he was, and she goes, oh yeah, okay, Bruce. Like,
yeah.
She knew, he knows, she knew, like...
Yeah, he's like, say it. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay, Bruce. Mm-hmm. Because she's like, I'll let you tell me when you're ready.
I'm curious to see how that's going to be written on the Batman side. Because it was so kind of like positive, upbeat kind of like interaction. I'm curious to see if it's going to have more pushback in Snyder's book. Because I think it will.
I wonder if he's going to be completely smitten over her because she's just like this big bruiser monster like he is.
She's bigger than him. She's taller than him.
Yeah.
Which is good. There was a comment in the beginning because she puts up a bat signal made of magic.
Yeah.
And he goes, and she says something like, I heard you were quiet, but they need to like invent a new word for like whatever you did. Like, because like, that's super impressive, especially for your size. And she's just like front loading the compliments on him.
Yeah.
Like right away. She's like, you can't fly? It's like, nope. It's like, and you just jump from building to building? Like, that's crazy confidence. Like, good on you. It's like, also, are you a god? And he goes, no. It's like, me and my mom had a bet. She thought you were a god. It's like, she's just like blowing smoke straight up his ass.
Yeah. And I like the Gollum angle. It's like, are you a golem? It's like, I'm not quite a golem, but I can see why things that work against golems work against me. Like, I'm similar, but I'm not.
Yeah, she's like, not quite, but like, I had a feeling that this would be a problem, but obviously now I need to like guard against it. Yeah.
Like, there's some properties similar. Yeah. Like,
and I'll continue to say Absolute Wonder Woman is the best Absolute book. Hands down.
But I'm not arguing.
Okay.
I gotta catch up on Manhunter.
Well, that went on like a little hiatus. Like, we're getting our first Absolute Martian Manhunter book in like 2-3 or more months.
I think that saying that Wonder Woman is the best one has legs to stand on, especially since they're doing their first crossover here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, starting here. Yeah. But I think like best storytelling, best character, and like reimagining of the character. There's no design issue. Like, I think it's the best one.
Yeah, because
she's like amassed a crew around herself already. Like, so much cool stuff going on. That's kind of it. The only other thing I read this week was Harley and Ivy: Life and Crimes #2 by Eric Henderson. Again, doing art and story. It's silly, cartoony stuff, but I like it. I do. The worst part of it's Joker, with his face-off Joker. It's just a cool little like dive into their history, right? Like, they're retroactively telling how they first met and their first kind of adventure together, and I think it's very charming. Yeah.
Oh, Batman Everywhere. Green Lantern #30. Guest stars Batman.
Okay.
That was a pretty dope issue. Jeremy Adams is the writer, and Carmine D. That's a long name. Gian Domenico.
Okay.
Which I'm sure I butchered. There's a lot of letters there. But Green Lantern goes to Batman because there's something wrong with him. He feels that there's something wrong with him, and Batman is.
Batman, can you take a look at this?
Yeah, he's like, I got a rash. I tell you about making time with all them space aliens, but he has this scanner that Dr. Midnight and Mr. Terrific helped him build that'll scan him to the subatomic level. And
absolutely.
And they have the classic "we're not friends, but we're friends" thing. Mm-hmm.
We're work friends, not real friends.
Right. And Lantern shows up. They go to the cave. He scans him in the cave, and Bruce finds stuff, but he doesn't tell him. And he's just yeah. He's like, I'll talk to you about the results later. He's like, I have to go to this thing. He gets called. Mm-hmm. And Hal's like, well, I'm gonna come. He's like, you want me to fly you? And he's like, no. He's like, he's like, I'll drive. And Hal is really out of character as opposed to past meetings, trying to connect with Bruce. Hal's like, this is the first time I've ever been in your car. He's like, I can't believe this is the first time I've ever been in here. He's like, this is a fighter pilot cockpit. He's like, are these this and are these that? He recognizes the control panel.
That's fun.
And Bruce is just like, yes, don't touch it. Just, yes, stop, don't touch it. And at one point he yells at them, and they look away from each other, out the window, and then they look back, and they look back out the window. Anyway, there's a kid who's a metahuman who is responsible for all the shit. It's basically illusions. They go to a firefight between cartel guys and cops and stuff like that, and it all disappears. And they figure out it's coming from this kid, and the kid's in a hospital. The kid's parents are working full time, and they're not even from Gotham. They took to Gotham to see specialists. So the parents are working full time to pay for the kid to be there. So he's lonely. He's scared. Mm-hmm. All he's ever heard about terrible things about Gotham.
Sure.
So he's making bad things manifest. Even when Batman shows up in the kid's room, he makes the Scarecrow and I think Mad Hatter show up in the room. And Batman's immediately you have to stop this. You have to take control of this. Fucking Hal shows up. Whoa. Hey, And Hal's way more personable to the kid, and he's like, Gotham's not so bad. He's like, when I first showed up in Gotham, he's like, it's I don't like it either. He's like, believe me. He's like, but you see it from a different perspective. He's like, things aren't so bad. He's like, especially him. He's just taking every shot he can, and he puts a top hat and a big handlebar mustache construct on Batman, and they laugh at Batman together, and Batman keeps doing the Rorschach thing, the herm. Mm-hmm. He does the herm thing 5 times in the book, where he's just but Hal makes a construct roller coaster that goes all throughout Gotham.
He gives them a tour?
Yeah, he gives them a tour of Gotham on a roller coaster, and brings them back to the hospital. And he's like, see, not so bad, and he's like, I even think I heard him laugh. So it was cool. It was really
it's cool, yeah. I mean, Hal would have the bedside manner to do that.
And then Bruce has the breakdown. He's like, you came to me because you wanted an opinion of someone who doesn't care, who's not emotionally invested. He's like, well, you're wrong. He's like, I do care. I am emotionally invested. He's like, you're a good man. He's like, we both lost our fathers at the same age. We've both been through the same stuff. He's like, I respect you. He's like, how many times you've saved the universe? He's like, I don't even know how many times you've saved the world, let alone the universe, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, we were blowing smoke up Hal's ass, to be like, I respect you. He's like, no, get the fuck out of my city. But yeah, it was a real good issue. Cool. I liked it a lot.
Awesome.
You don't get the Hal Bruce conflict too much because it's usually a hard conflict. It is usually very, but every once in a while they take a softer approach to it, because back during Jeff Johns' run, pre-Flashpoint, Hal gives Bruce a Green Lantern ring, and he's like you can recreate the night your parents died. He's like, you can face it. He's like, you can face your fear. He's like, you can confront it head on by recreating it. And he takes the ring from him and he hands it back to him. He goes, no, I can't. Because if I confront it and I face it and I overcome it, then I'm not me anymore. Like, you know, like I won't be able to be Batman anymore because I would have been able to cope with it. He's like, am I not being able to cope with it is what turned me into this. You know?
I can't be healthy.
Right. Basically is what it comes down to. But, you know, but he thanks him. He's like, I appreciate the sentiments of this. He's like, but like, no. Now let's go beat the shit out of Tattoo Man because he sucks. Poor Tattoo Man. Like, it's like, you're the villain that they're going to go whoop the shit out of now. Like, 'cause we bonded. Now let's go beat up a C-lister. That's all I have.
All right. Yeah, that's all I got too.
There's only a couple of weeks. The holidays do that.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Next time, which is going to be New Year's Eve, we're going to be going over Friday by Ed Brubaker. So, cold story for a midwinter day.
Apropos.
And New Year, a time travel story.
It is a time travel story. It's not much of a time travel story.
It's a story that has time travel in it. It's not a time travel story.
Spoiler alert. It's a Fae story.
Magic time travel.
I know, it's so weird.
It's very weird.
It's very
Yeah.
layered in concepts.
But that's it. Thank you for listening. If you would like to email us like Jack did with any kind of questions that we can answer very poorly, or if you would like to give us some suggestions for future book reviews, you could do that at thecomiccryptcast@gmail.com. And you could check out what's coming through the store on Instagram and Facebook, new trades, new toys, anything like that. And if you got nothing else,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Merry Kwanzaa.
I think it's Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa?
Diwali? I think Diwali's over, right?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Go read some books.
We loading up the hearse, throw it in reverse. I come from the church of the Marvel Universe. Bodies getting stuffed in the bags like comics. The hardcore get it while the soft bitches vomit. I came to this earth on a radiated comet. Now the planet is in perilous danger because I'm on it. Fly super villain with the superpowers in me. Got the red issues and all my shit is minty. Body like Ben Grimm, suckers I be beating down. Look around and we be found chilling out in Eatontown. I be at the comic crypt stacking up the Kryptonite, Doomsday and Superman. Every time I grip the mic, Dark Phoenix overloading, supernova, sunspot exploding. I'm the Punisher reloading, Bobby Drake when he's frozen. Storm forming, ominous clouds over the ocean. Working with Professor X to master my emotion. Have you posing in the box, whether you know it or not. I'll easily bag your bitch like Logan did to Scott. Mr. Sinister plots when I administer shots to clone Gene from a jeans. Then this shit'll get hot like Inferno. Burn slow, humans are ash. God loves man kills in the days of future past. Now I'm working on a science lesson. Me and Brian Stratton, a rat in a cage who can't stop buying X-Men.
Like a flower that blooms in the spring. You were beautiful.